Imagine a world where college football rankings are turned upside down in a matter of days. Welcome to the chaotic landscape of the AP Top 25 poll, where teams can rise and fall like stocks on Wall Street. This week, we witnessed a seismic shift in the rankings, with several top teams taking a tumble and others rising from the ashes like a phoenix. But here's the question. How many of these teams will be able to hang on to their top 25 spots when the dust settles on Sunday? The AP voters had high regard for several teams that lost on Saturday. But will their loyalty be tested when it comes to programs like Clemson, which has been a staple in the top 25 for over a decade? The Tigers were positioned at number 4 in the preseason poll. But after struggling with Troy and then losing at Georgia Tech, their narrative of a return to form is starting to unravel. And this is the part most people miss. Clemson wasn't the only top team to take a loss on Saturday. Voters will also be adjusting to losses from South Carolina and Notre Dame, making for some tough calls on the ballot. But what about the teams that took care of business as heavy favorites? Will they be rewarded with style points, or will their wins be seen as mere formalities? The answer lies in the eye of the beholder, and that's what makes college football so fascinating. So, without further ado, let's dive into our projected AP Top 25 rankings for Sunday. At the top of the heap, Ohio State remains the strong number 1, with 57 first-place votes and a convincing 37-9 win against Ohio. Penn State stays put at number 2, with a dominating performance against Villanova. LSU, meanwhile, moves up to number 3, thanks to a gritty 20-10 win against Florida. Oregon stays at number 4, with a resounding win at Northwestern. And Georgia rises to number 5 after stealing a win from Tennessee in overtime. But here's where it gets interesting. Miami, Texas, and Illinois all make moves in the top 10, while Clemson and Notre Dame take a tumble. And then there's Texas A&M, which rises to number 10 after a thrilling win over Notre Dame. But what about the teams on the bubble? Will Vanderbilt and Georgia Tech be able to break into the top 25, or will they be left on the outside looking in? The answer will have to wait until Sunday. But one thing is certain. This week's rankings will be filled with controversy and debate. So we ask you, do you agree with our projected rankings, or do you think we've got it all wrong? Let us know in the comments. And this is the part where we spark some controversy. Is it fair to drop Clemson and Notre Dame so far down the rankings? Or are they still top 10 teams in your book? The debate is on, and we want to hear from you. As we look to the future, one thing is clear. The college football landscape is more unpredictable than ever. With teams rising and falling like the tides, it's anyone's guess who will emerge victorious in the end. But that's what makes it so exciting, right? So buckle up and join us for the wild ride that is college football. The rankings may change from week to week, but one thing remains constant: the passion, the excitement, and the unpredictability of the game we all love.